What's up, you guys? Welcome to the December 30th edition of NBA 3-Ball presented by Established Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher, getting ready to run down a full slate of games. And yeah, just go ahead and hit that thumbs up, comment, and subscribe as we roll through it. Not too many injuries to add for the coming day. We saw that Gary Trent Jr. has a calf injury. Josh Richardson does too. His first calf strain, as far as I could tell, so he might miss that one. No comments from Rick Carlisle, and then LeBron James also questionable with that ankle. Nothing really new there. So let's just kind of get into the box scores here with the basketball action and the Knicks playing great defense against the Cavs and doing it with an 8-man rotation. Julius Randle, 44 minutes. And Tom Thibodeau, after the game, said he came into camp highly motivated and was in great shape. He's putting up fantastic offensive numbers. Turnovers are fine, but he's shooting the ball better. He looks great. No denying a guy I was not interested in drafting at all. He has full-on stepped up. Mitch Rob, baby, 32 minutes. He looks to have it locked down with just Nerlens Noel behind him. Kevin Knox backed up basically both the forwards, while Frank Ntilikina, who played well off the bench, is playing a lot better. He backed up the guards, and that was it. Straight old school 8-man. So you love to see that. Alfred's playing a lot better. RJ's lost his efficiency, which is not surprising after the really hot preseason and start, but no surprise there. He'll probably get it going. Looks a lot better. Moving to the Cavs side, no Kevin Love for 3 weeks with that calf injury. Talked about that in the last edition. Larry Nance just took it all on, 43 huge minutes from him. Isaac Okoro also has a health and safety protocol tag on his injury report, so he might miss more time despite how that injury looked really minor. And really the story of the night was regression from Sexland. Missed a lot of shots, no concern here. Garland still got a 6 assists. He was running real hot on potential assist to assist ratio, so that lofty start's a little bit hard to sustain, but overall you have to be really pumped about him. And we saw a JaVale-Drummond front court combo. JaVale is hitting threes, 3 of 5 from deep so far this season, and he's been really effective as a Drummond backup. And Andre frickin' Drummond is just a stat monster. He's going to be amazing without Kevin Love, and no surprise, he's going to miss free throws. We knew this, but, I mean, his per-minute output is going to be ridiculous. Warriors on a winning streak. Andrew Wiggins played great. Kelly Oubre made a 3, had some defensive stats. 29 minutes, still a little discouraging for the way things are shaking out. This rotation's a mess with a lot of depth, and, yeah, Kerr doesn't have it figured out yet. He's basically said as much as he waits for Draymond Green to return, which should be later this week. James Wiseman is a beast, did have foul trouble, but, I mean, this guy is so freaking talented. Couple injuries for the Pistons, with Blake Griffin not returning for concussion protocol, and also Killian Hayes rolled his ankle in the first half, tried to play through it, didn't happen, they pulled the plug, so we saw more DeLon Wright minutes, and obviously Derrick Rose ran the point a lot. And Sadiq Bey started for Blake Griffin. He's his backup. He subbed for him. He started for him when he rested, so it's an interesting development. And Josh Jackson is balling right now, totally earning the playing time, and just has really blossomed into a good offensive player, missing some jumpers, but he looks awesome. Svi Mykhailiuk got booted out of the rotation with the move for Sadiq Bey, so he did get minutes after the injuries, but noteworthy on Svi. Boston outscores the Pacers by 22 in the final 14.5 minutes to get a big dub, and the headline for this one is Peyton Pritchard stepping up big time late. Jaylen Brown called him the GOAT after the game. Brad Stevens said he's poised, he makes the right play, he's deceptive, he's a guy that knows how to play. He is your checking the boxes, your typical white point guard. You're going to sell a lot of jerseys in Boston. And we saw a little bit of Jason Tatum getting the free throw line. You love to see that. Time Lord took a little bit of a hit. Tristan Thompson's minutes went up to 27. Watch him on the back-to-back today, though. And Jalen, man, he's been better around the basket. Jalen really stepping up as him and Tatum just carry this offense. Not much to say in Indiana besides, again, we're seeing a nice rotation. Victor Oladipo looks pretty good now all of a sudden, and the Sabonis Brogdon pick and rolls are just deadly, man. You will really love to see that. Up your hands, everybody, for the Philadelphia 76ers. Got a win against the Raptors. Embiid returned from his back injury. Did get kneed in the leg by Siakam. Did return. Was getting stretched out afterwards, which gives me a little bit of concern. I was hoping it was just contact, not muscle straining related, so keep an eye on that. And yeah, big starters minutes. Curry shooting the ball. Looks really good for him. Ben getting to the line a little bit. Ben looks like a beast. We knew that was going to happen too. Shake's cooled off, kind of expected a little bit, but good things for Philly. Tobias looking good too. Raptors fantasy Twitter had the pitchforks out for Chris Boucher only getting 5 minutes. Nick Nurse did tell us that he was going to limit Boucher and give Alex Len more run against Embiid. Not really surprising, still a little sad. Len played horribly, I thought, so it's probably a good night for Boucher going forward. Yeah, but he should be good. OG, baby. OG Anunoby. You love to see it. He was asked about his good game. He said we lost, so it's just all right. Siakam looks awesome. I mean, Lowry's just ridiculous. I joked that he should do the Frank Thomas commercials because of how he ages. But yeah, this team is really, really solid besides that Boucher thing, but I think that's just because of Embiid. Wizards dropped to 0-4 with another loss today. Westbrook triple-double. Hey, Russell Westbrook triple-doubles and losses. There are going to probably be a lot of those this year. And actually, Davis Bertans got his minutes up a little bit. So he's 60-70%. So he's getting there after missing a lot of time. So, yeah, he'll be cutting into, it looks like Isaac Bonga as well. But that's fine. And Bradley Beal, just noteworthy here, the shots are there. And fascinating to me that he has a 34.4 usage rate with Westbrook in 78 minutes. That's more than last year. 64 true shooting percentage as well. Beal, man, he's going to be totally fine. 0.0 concerns. Never really had any at all. And people who let him go past 15-16 in fantasy made a mistake. It's pretty obvious to me. Bulls get the dub, but it did come with an injury. Lauri Markkanen aggravated his calf contusion, something to keep an eye on. He's probably going to miss time. So that led to more Otto Porter minutes. Got up to 29 minutes in this one. Could see a little more Chandler Hutchison. And Wendell Carter Jr.'s minutes are going to be really nice. Patrick Williams should also slightly benefit. He plays a little bit of 4. So a lot of people to fill the gaps if Lauri does indeed miss time. Wendell Carter Jr. back-to-back double-doubles looking better. Kobe White had easily his best game as a ball handler in my opinion. Zach LaVine was supposed to be aggressive, didn't thrive, but still had a pretty good stat line and pretty nice volume. So starting to figure this team out as Kobe White gets better to figure out the ball handling. The Bucks at an NBA record 29 threes with every player except for one making a three-pointer. MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is hilarious to me. Drew looking great. Yeah, there's not a lot to take away from here. This game just got out of hand quick. But yes, wild game. Big yikes for the Heat out of the gate. Interestingly, they started out the game with 4 turnovers and a Myers Leonard missed field goal. Not great. Myers got pulled right there and did not return to the game. Mohawk was also quick hook after getting just 0.5 minutes at the 3 in the last game without Jimmy in the second half. So, doesn't like that, Mr. Spoelstra. Andre Iguodala did not play in the front end of a back-to-back. He will certainly be an impact player here, possibly starting, given how poorly this game worked out. So we'll probably see more minutes from him, especially if they're going to sit him. You would think that more minutes are coming his way in preparation for that. We saw a little bit of KZ Okpala make an impact after this game got out of hand, and Kendrick Nunn was bad, not great. But yeah, not much to take away from here other than just horrible play. Besides Tyler Hero, offensively was pretty good, but yep, move on. The Magic are the only 4-0 team in the league. Hawks are 3-0, so try to match them. But great win for them, even though it's OKC, but yeah, Dwayne Bacon, they brought home the bacon. 18 points, 19 shooting. Steve Clifford said after the game that he really helps that first group function. And they're asking him to be a kind of guy that makes the whole thing fit. Like, so he gets in the paint, likes his team defense. Really talking about Dwayne Bacon from the old Hornets days before Borrego got there. So, not a guy you really can trust in fantasy because he doesn't really do much besides score, but interesting to see him do well. Vooch, number 1 in field goal makes in franchise history, passing Nick Anderson. Nice pickup as a throw-in player in the Dwight Howard trade way back in the day for them. Aaron Gordon still on a minutes limit, and Terrence Ross also tweaked his hamstring, but did return, so he should be okay. The Thunder held out George Hill and Al Horford in this one, as previously mentioned on 3-ball. George Hill with neck spasms doesn't really have a history of that, while Al Horford was just resting. So we saw Justin Jackson start. He started the second preseason game with Lou Dort at the shooting guard spot in that game, so that's what happened here. And we saw Isaiah Roby play great. 19 points, had one of the highlights of the night, dunking on Vooch. Probably didn't earn a legit role when Al Horford comes back, but good to see. Pokashevsky's still really struggling. Shea is so good offensively. You love to see his efficiency kind of being there. Defensive stats haven't popped yet. And Lou Dort, man, he is a big offensive factor right now. Basically, shot selection is a little concerning to me early, but can certainly correct it. Blocking shots, though. So certainly shouldn't be disappointed with Baisley's start thus far. Not much to say on the Pelicans besides them getting smacked in Phoenix. We did see Stan Van Gundy extend his rotation a little bit with Nicola Melli coming in before Jackson Hayes. Hayes still got in there before garbage time. Still getting Josh Hart pretty good minutes. We saw a little Nickeil Alexander-Walker get rotation minutes against Chris Paul. That was just cruel. But yeah, overall, just nothing really to take away from this one. Not too much going on with the Suns besides Mikal Bridges is a freaking baller. Jay Crowder finally got off the schneid a little bit. And Devin Booker, quiet game. Interestingly, he has not had the Chris Paul effect. In 82 minutes with Chris Paul, he's only 19, 4, and 2 on 31 usage rate on sub 50 true shooting. Without him, 23, 6, and 7 on 24 usage rate on 63 true shooting, so he's been significantly better without Chris Paul. Do not expect that to continue because Chris Paul makes everybody better. The Wolves got the wrath of the nunchucks, yo. After the Clippers got blown out, they smacked them around. Naz Reid, not really great in the first unit, and this defense is going to be real bad if they keep rolling out Rubio, D'Angelo, and Beasley. They said Rubio said we did not play good defense. We didn't play defense at all. Saunders said they started doing their own thing on defense. A lot of work there. Interestingly, depth chart wise, we saw Jared Vanderbilt play the 5 more. Something to watch there. And Jared Culver 0-10 as the 4-man. That may be a matchup against Batum, but certainly squandered a chance there. Nothing on the Clippers. Moving to the Nuggets. MPJ smash 30 and 10. Great shooting from him in 40 minutes. Joker quad dub with the 10 turnovers, 26, 11, 12. He's going to have so many triple doubles this year. We kind of knew that. And Monte Morris filling in for Jamal Murray with an elbow. Probably a back-to-back factor kept him out of that one because we saw Malone say that. And just bad defense. Malone was hot after the game, asked about where the Kings killed them. He said, I thought they hurt our defense whenever they had the basketball. Oof. Tyrese mother effing Halliburton baller. This dude's insane. Legit shot at Rookie of the Year. Afterwards, he tweeted before his press conference. I think he said that They said the jumper wouldn't translate. Yep, baller. He's going to take minutes from people. Rashawn Holmes had a big game. Whiteside's cut. Fox was good. That's going to do it. You guys have a good one.